Hi, my dear friends. Ram Navaratna here. Welcome to HR Resonance channel. I am bringing to you a very important and useful topic on Karnataka State Minimum Wage 2022-23. All the users and concerned persons should be aware about the enhancement for the year 2022-23. In this connection, I am bringing before you some of the important points for your knowledge, understanding, and implementation. Let me explain. For example, for shops and commercial establishment of Karnataka state, skilled workers for Zone 1, the year which just now completed, that is 2021-22, basic wage was fixed 14,021.27 per month, and variable dearness allowance or cost of living allowance, whatever we call, that was 1,723.20. Thus, the total wage per month was 15,744.47 paise. This was just the year which completed. Now, for the year 2022-23, from April to March, the new wage rate has to be followed. I mean, enhanced wage rate. Let me bring to your notice the new one. Again, in the Karnataka shops and commercial establishment for skilled workers for Zone 1, while the basic rate of 14,021.27 remains the same, VDA, there is a change. That is, new rate is 2233.20, and thus the total wage rate is 16,254.47 per month. Now you may ask, how this change? Why this change? Or why this enhancement? This is what the crux of the information now. The difference of rupees 510 rise, which is additional amount by way of increased CLA in VDA column. My dear friends, I said basic remains the same, VDA is changed. This VDA over the last year to this year, an increase of rupees 510 rupees is there. That is how it has come to 2233.20, and the total wage is 16,254.47 paise, which has to be implemented. Now, how to compute? How to compute this wage or CLA for the year 2021 and 22? One more example. For 21-22, engineering industry skilled wage per month was, like again what I explained in shops and establishment, basic was 15,423.40, while CLA was 17.23.20, total was 17,146.68 till March 2022. The same thing for 22-23, because of the enhancement in VDA, that is 510 rupees, the total wage for engineering industry is 16,254.47 for skilled categories. Again, you will see here, thus the difference of rupees 510 rise, which is additional amount by way of increased CLA. One thing you remember, friends, under the minimum wage, basic rates normally over and above of 5 years, normally it will be changed or revised. While VDA, based on the cost of living allowance of the year, that is going to be enhanced, which many of you are aware about that. Now, accordingly, average annual cost of price index 8,390 based on 1960 equal to 100 series points for the year 2021. As I said, there is an increase of 425 points over and above of CPI figure of 2020, which was 7973 points. Thus, industries are required to pay additional cost of living allowance on 425 points for the year 2022, April to March 2023, as per the minimum wage. Now, once again, for your understanding, I provide you some more information about the calculation of CLA. The notification states CLA 4 paise per day has to be calculated. all categories of employees under all notified schedules of the industry, 4 paise per point per day, over and above of 793 points. That is what it mentioned. Thus, as I mentioned, for 2021, 8398 is the point, minus 7973. When we do deduct, that comes to 425 points. This understanding is very essential for everybody, those who are into this field. Thus, 425 points, whatever that has been announced, multiplied by 4 paise, that comes to so and so, that is 510 rupees per month. This is how the calculation has to be arrived under the minimum wage notification. This is for the monthly rate. Now, there are industries, there are categories where they employ on daily rate. There, 510, which is an enhancement per month, has to be divided by 26. That comes to 19.61 paise per day. Anyway, in all the notifications, you are going to see daily rate and monthly rate. But this is how, this is for your understanding, and this is how the CLA cost is added and it is calculated. Now, thus to give a final picture, therefore, for the year 2022-23, engineering industry wage was 14,021.27. Okay, is what I mean say for the 2022-23 year. Basic rate is 14,021.27, while the CLA or DA or whatever you call 2233.20, that is revised the CLA, total comes to 16,254.47 for skilled category. Now, again to give you here how we arrived this at 2233 CLA is, once again I am explaining you 1723.20, which was for the year 21-22. Okay, in that 510, which is enhanced DA for the year 22-23, when we add, that comes to 2233.20. The point 20 is the CLA across. My dear friends, one more thing you have to understand, all these CLA across all the industries, I mean notified scheduled industries of Karnataka, I think government of Karnataka about 82 or 84 industries has fixed minimum wage, scheduled industry, whatever it is called. There this CLA remains the same across for all the industries. In other words, to tell you, whatever so far the wages, basic wage remains the same, CLA rate is going to vary. This is what point you have to understand. One more thing, right now, as per my information, on security minimum wage, Government of Karnataka has already notified a draft notification for revising the wages on security. Anyway, that final notification has to come. In that case, their basic rate, the entire structure may change in soon, and normally it may be retrospective effect or from the day of the notification. Anyway, that is only for information for all the users. Having understood the rise in the DA and the applicable wages as an example of shops and commercial establishment and an engineering industry, one should know some more important points on minimum wage matters. Number one, in case of daily wage earners, the minimum daily rate of wages should be worked out by dividing the monthly rate of 26 days and providing wages for 4 weekly holidays. This is what the minimum wage one should be aware. Then, women employees shall be paid the same rates of wages as men, where the nature of work is same. That is Equal Remuneration Act under the provision of that, and there should not be any discrimination. Then, where the prevailing rates of wages are higher, the higher rates of wages shall be continued to be paid. Then there the restructure cannot be done. One more important point: in case of piecework, the daily total earning of those workers for 8 hours of work shall not be less than daily rates of wages fixed for that category of employees. In computing the above rates, a day's work is deemed to comprise of 8 working hours. If the workers are employed for less than 8 hours, then less than 4 hours to be paid 4 hours wages, above 4 hours to be paid 8 hours wages. This is what under the minimum wage one should be aware. In case any category of workers is not mentioned in this notification, because all the designations they cannot write, shall be paid based on the type of their work. That's what highly skilled, skilled, semi-skilled, unskilled, office category, etc., which is mentioned, which employers and unions and employees can follow this one. Workers employed on day of weekly holiday or on national and festival holidays, what we call NFH, shall be paid double the normal rate of wages on gross wages. Of course, NFH also states about this one. For work beyond normal working hours, the employee shall be paid 2 times the normal rates of wages. That is what we call overtime rate or double the rate. This is under the shops and commercial establishment. That is what one should understand and follow that one. There should not be any confusion. One more thing employer must understand. Any other benefit which is already being provided shall be continued to be provided to them. No benefits can be reduced. Then one more point, Karnataka Minimum Wage Act 1948 gives the power to the appropriate government in the fixation of minimum wages, and the state of Karnataka has considered only the basic and DA components as minimum wages. Once again, I repeat, Government of Karnataka has considered only the basic and DA components as minimum wages. Many of the companies and HR professionals approach me, sir, inspector is asking only about basic and DA, whereas our wage is high. Anyway, that's a matter of law and interpretation. But as a safer side, as per the Government of Karnataka, those who are all industries in Karnataka, please follow basic and DA. That should not be less than whatever is prescribed for the year 2022 and 23. And also you are all aware, under the Payment of Wages Act, employer shall ensure that wages to the employees are directly credited to the respective bank accounts. This is a prevailing practice and a mandate by law also. But at the same time, please understand, payment of cash is not prohibited. Okay. Therefore, you have to use very discreetly that benefit. Then, wherever the establishment has engaged employees under the contract labor or contract labor, whenever you are engaging, please ensure that implementation of minimum wages under the Act and also the applicability of all other labor laws to such employees. Because many of the employees, they feel, once we engage contract labor, other thing is not applicable. For them also, it is very stringently followed. All these things, my dear friends, you have to keep and understand as far as the provision of the minimum wage is concerned. Well, friends, this is the basic information I am providing you as far as the enhancement of CLA or enhancement of the minimum wage under the Karnataka state for the year 2022-23. For some more details and more details, you can visit Site HR and other social media and other various WhatsApp group wherein I have provided about 7-8 industries detailed wage fixation for the year 22-23. You can log in and visit social media, you will find there. Well, my dear friends, I hope all this information is definitely useful to you. And I felt it is an educative and information video. If you have any time, any problem, you can write a mail to me. It is my pleasure to share my knowledge. If this information and if these details are helpful to you, my dear friends, please don't hesitate to forward, share to all the needy employers, employees, and also the trade union and those who are all concerned. And if you feel this information is useful and beneficial for you, please subscribe to our HR Resonance channel. Along with this, you will see innumerable, more than 60 videos on innumerable topics, and also in further days also, you can wait and see and view our video. Don't forget to subscribe to our videos, HR Resonance channel. My dear friends, thank you very much for listening and also for viewing the special video on Karnataka State Minimum